Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. Continuing our conversations with candidates who are running in the upcoming elections in November, Cecilia Gunnell is running for the Bloomfield City Council as a write-in candidate. She is joining me now in Studio A. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. I wanted to start off by asking you about your campaign. I think it came a little later, maybe, in the decision-making process of others, and you're now a registered write-in candidate.
Correct.
Yeah, so
Correct.
Why? Why did you decide to do that?
Why? To be honest and kind of blunt about it, I think it was more motivation and execution of I think every politician, every seat, regardless of what level, they all stand on this platform of transparency and for the people and service of the people and listening to the peaceful people. But I haven't seen any execution of it, you know, and so I think maybe I could help bridge the gap of that, because without that much effort, I have listened to the people and done for the people, all without having a seat or having any intention of having a seat up until now.
I see. It almost seems like you're kind of putting your money where your mouth is a little bit, right? By listening to people complain and be concerned about the city and maybe saying, well, I'll step up and see what I can do about it.
Correct.
That's what I get from all this.
I mean, that's more or less it. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So what are some of the issues, I guess, in the city of Bloomfield that you are passionate about, that you'd like to see either better or that are working or not working? Where do you stand on some of these issues in the city?
So, like I said at the forum, I would like to take us in a different direction, different industry.
Okay.
I'm not against and or saying drop the industrial park or any of the oil and gas situations, but I do think that we should start, curving into healthcare, community healthcare. It's going nowhere. We are our demographics are higher in our town, right? And so therefore, those are people that need healthcare.
You mean like they're older people?
Older people,
yeah,
correct.
Got it.
And then also, that creates lots of jobs, right? Like, so I'm in healthcare, and I know the amount of people it takes to provide service to even just a handful of patients. And so it's like 6 in one hand, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like we should head that direction as far as like economic growth goes. Yeah.
And that's an important part of the future, you
Absolutely.
think, for the development and growth in Bloomfield?
Absolutely.
Got
Absolutely. Not to, go against any of the projects we have going here, but I think we dove so strongly, so head first, and we're so stubborn to leave them or even set them aside for a moment that we don't take care of the basic needs of our community, which I feel are important.
Got you. And I probably should have asked this first off when we started talking, but this is your first foray into politics, or have you run for something in the past?
I did run in the past.
Sorry, I'm not remembering that, but okay.
It was long ago.
Okay.
And it was before I feel like I knew better, right? Like, I think it was more like, I don't like the way things are going. I'm going to go run.
Okay. But you probably learned something from that.
I learned a lot, because from that point forward, and actually prior to that, but from that point forward, I was all hands on deck, learning, gathering info from Scott, from everybody, from Cynthia, from everyone up there.
Scott Eckstein, former mayor and current city councilor, Cynthia Tencio, current mayor. That's who you're talking about.
And neighbor.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay.
So I gather a lot from him, because he's very knowledgeable.
Right.
It's just that, there are many tools in the toolbox, right? And so they used their tools, and they worked great for the time period in which they were for. It's time to go forward and use a different tool. And if that doesn't work, we go back, right? There are no mistakes here. There have been some mistakes made, but no worse, I think, can come of picking a candidate who hasn't sat on a seat for 14 to 28 years. We have a combined minimum, 60 years of public service and expertise in all of their fields from that panel of 5.
Right.
Minimum.
Right. I mean, the current candidates are on the ballot.
All four city council people and the mayor. Minimum, and upwards of even 90 years of combined experience. Yes.
You think it's time for a change?
Well, not necessarily time for a change, but you would think with all of them championing for transparency, we would have some by now. All of them championing for listening to the people that somewhere, the people would have been listened to. So I think maybe a change is in order, right? Maybe they just don't even know which direction to go, right? Maybe there are things that you don't think of. It takes many minds to create an entire...
Right.
You know.
I follow you. I do. and so with this new kind of vision for the city of Bloomfield that you bring to the table, I think we heard a little bit at the meet and greet the other week in Bloomfield. You were talking about the importance of, I think, water and economic development and things along that line. Just remind our listeners and viewers a little bit about that. How do you prioritize some of those things? Because you've got a set budget to work with. So what would your priorities be?
Well, and like I said, water, obviously, everybody's like, water's the highest, and it is. I don't think it's ever not going to be our problem, right? So I think, because it will always be a problem, let's move on to something else, like, economic development, i.e. other industries, other businesses, expanding the use of our citizens, right? Like, bring them into the solution, not like, that's a great idea, I'm going to tell people about it. That's a great idea, come join us at the table in fixing that problem. That's what I think is a more important role for our citizens. And some more buy-in, right? Because when I was younger there, everybody had such roots, such buy-in to the town. And right now, people are just surviving, is what it feels like.
Got it.
And that's the way to live.
And when you talk to voters, potential voters, I mean, is that what they're telling you as well? That they don't maybe see some of those same things that you don't see from the city, and or they're frustrated or maybe a little bit about the city government?
Absolutely. I hear, many things from, the streets are tore up, safety as in lights. There are so many streets just not lit up. Our Riverwalk, beautiful, amazing, not against it. The path to get there at night, not safe. Could be better.
I see. Gotcha.
So yeah, there are lots of things, from those things to, the sand frag, all of the things. They bring the things.
Right.
I just think somebody needs to listen.
Okay. All right. I'm asking everybody about the sand plant, and so I'm going to ask you the same thing. How do you feel about, what are your thoughts about that plant and maybe how it got to be established and things like that? Do you have concerns or thoughts about it? Is it an economic driver, do you think, for the city, or what are your thoughts on this project?
I've met with the owners. We've had breakfast together, and I feel like they're great people. I mean, they're good people. I'm not against that. I think it was quite a bit of a production for 20 jobs. Quite a bit of a swipe to our town for 20 jobs. I'm not downgrading the 20, but I think it could have been put to better use. I mean, now that I see all the dirt and how it's been moved around, I'm like, that could have been an amazing, like, motocross area. That would have brought tons of revenue into our town. I'm not into motocross,
right,
but some people are, and they spend quite a bit of money traveling, going to competitions, and it gives something for our youth to do, right?
Right.
So I feel like we could have just thought on that a little better.
Gotcha.
From the outside.
Got you. Okay, very good. And you talked about roads. Let me ask you a little bit about that, and also I want to ask you about public safety as well. So again, how do those rate in your kind of priorities? Because those are expensive things to fix roads and to hire fire and police officers.
Correct. So roads, like I said at the forum, it's really hard for me without being in on all the inside information to discuss roads, because where I live is on the highway. So we're state, right? And so a lot of our go-through places are state ran and not city ran. So I can't speak to it. They do need some work in some areas.
Okay.
I think all towns need some work in some areas on roads, but we do have a few rough roads. But I think the major pathways are good enough.
Okay.
Public safety. Wow, that's always a big one too, I think. The police department, the fire department. I think we've been in the news a lot over the decades, right? I think we could do better by them, right? We want them to love, to want to serve our community, and just take care of our people and be our people. And I don't know if they feel they are. I mean, I think some do speak out to me and voice their concerns, and I won't say them here simply because I don't want to cause them any, work-related items. But
Sure.
also, I think they need some more buy-in too. They're citizens. They're our people. I think we should take care of those people a little better. I think they might be stretched a little thin, understaffed. Again, I can't fully speak to that. But visually, as an outsider and a citizen, it looks a little understaffed.
I see. And so you're thinking more police or
More
better
police.
paid police or both if you can afford it?
Yeah, if you can afford to take care of the ones we have, yes. But also, they're going to need help, right? They need vacations. They need time off. We don't want some burnout. And so I think extra staff never hurts.
Right. Understood. Going back to the write-in, you've been, I think, pretty proactive about explaining to people the process of voting for you as a write-in candidate. There's a few maybe extra steps, maybe 3 seconds, I think is what you said it would take, but you really are trying to explain to people how they could legitimately vote for you and help you get onto the city council.
Yes.
And so if folks would like to reach out to you or find out more about you or ask you a question that I haven't asked you today, how could they do that? What's the best way to reach you?
Oh, they find me in all places, but primarily on Facebook. I have both my personal page, I have the Citizens for a Better Bloomfield page. People are more than welcome to email me. It's my first name dot my last name at gmail.com. People call me, they've come to my job, they catch me at Farmers. So I'm open to all of those scenarios as long as it's positive.
You're not hard to find, I think is what you're saying.
Not hard to find.
Cecilia Gunnell, thank you for joining me today. Good luck with the campaign.
Awesome, thanks.
You're very welcome. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.